Welcome back to the Travelogue 1-to-1. For this video, I built two real-life motels, both of which I've stayed at in Minecraft. I have a very interesting story regarding the second one, which I've mentioned before in a previous video but will repeat here, which I got stranded in San Diego. But we will start with the Aurora Borealis Motel in St. Ignace, Michigan. I was here in August of 2021 when my family did a road trip across the country from California to Tennessee through the Great Lakes area. We stayed here for 2 nights, as we took a day to visit Mackinac Island. I built the Grand Hotel stables there if you'd like to check that video out here. The motel itself was pretty standard, but I really enjoyed this town and Michigan as a whole. I will probably build some more things in this area at some point. As for the build, it took about 3.5 hours, which is not bad considering the total lack of 3D and bad satellite imagery. I did it with Dougaloo, or Lazarus Taxon by his Minecraft name. I did not do the main building for this, which has the front lobby area, but I did the motel itself. One of the interesting difficulties was a couple open sections, namely 2 hallways, so that was a fun challenge to navigate as I've never really done any sort of interior work before. Definitely not an easy build, but it was very satisfying to complete. Now, for the main build of the video, this was a Motel 6 I stayed at in San Diego in September of 2022. However, this was no real choice of my own. I mentioned this before in a travelogue video where I built the Shake Shack in Little Italy nearby, but it is worth mentioning again. I had gone to a wedding the day before in my hometown and my now ex-girlfriend had come with me. Anyway, we were flying back from Sacramento to Nashville with my brother, but about 20 minutes after our flight left, we had to turn around due to some sort of mechanical failure. Once we got back to the terminal, everyone had to deplane, and we were moved to another plane. Now, the unfortunate thing is, this meant we were going to miss our connection to Nashville through San Diego, as the airport there is near downtown and has restrictions on flights past a certain time. By the time we landed, our flight to Nashville had already left. Now, we did get vouchers and they rebooked us on the flight, but it wouldn't leave until 12 hours later. This meant we were stuck with all of our bags in the airport, but all the terminals closed at night, so we would have been forced to stay in the lobby. Instead, we decided to get a bus to downtown, where we wandered with our bags for a while until we ate dinner at the Shake Shack, and while there I was able to find the Motel 6, which would only be $99, a steal for 3 of us. We got some rest and then left at around 6 to go to the bus stop and head back to the airport. And we did make our flight, and I was also able to get the money back for all of the expenses, but it was overall an extremely annoying process. And my girlfriend and I missed all of our classes that day since we had to drive 3 hours from Nashville, and it was a Monday. Anywho, now that I'm done yapping about that, the build process itself was quite extensive. It took over 7 hours to build these 2 buildings, and I started it over a year before it ended up being finished. Of course, since it was a big city, it had great 3D and Street View data, so no problems there. I started it with builder Shrelmo, and finished it off with Crafterino, both of whom live in San Diego. The most interesting part of this building was the graffiti on the back, as I got a chance to use a variety of glazed terracotta. Definitely nice to add some progress to a big city which should have a lot more builds done. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out this video where I showcase the city of Urk in the Netherlands.